reduce adverse impacts that agriculture can have on the environment, and it's, to me, it seems a real privilege to work in these kinds of roles.
A great example of Australian expertise helping our neighbours. Now, for at least 40,000 years, the desert people of Central Australia have survived through their knowledge of the desert habitat, including the nutritious plants. Now, with the help of a research project steered by the Desert Knowledge Cooperative Research Centre at Alice Springs, the rest of Australia and the world are discovering these new bush foods.
As an ethnoecologist, I'm looking at the cross-cultural exchanges and trade of bush foods for sale to wholesalers who are based in Alice Springs. We know there's about 20 communities who've been trading bush foods over the last 5 years or so, and some of those are 300 to 500 kilometres away, so they're long distances. We go out as much as possible on trips to country where those plants are available for collecting and observe the processes of collecting. And we're also learning about the ecological knowledge that people have about where those plants are available, what their local language names are, what they understand of the ecology of their plants in terms of the cultural side of it. Part of our role is to let Aboriginal people know that this demand and interest is expanding, and to identify and ask them, what role do you want in this? Do you want to just sell bush foods, or do you want to know more about the wider bush food industry and get involved in that?
I like to use local wholesalers basically to support local industry. There's a wholesaler in town that I get all the bush tomato from. He also has a nice product that's a dukkha that we use as well in our entrees or in breads or marinating. We also have wattle seed, so we do lots of wattle seed dampers. Instead of having the normal dinner roll on buffet, we'll have wattle seed dampers. The qualities to me are, with the bush tomato especially, it's a great source of vitamin C. It's related to the tomato, but it's like a big boost of vitamin C or vitamin B. So that if you have a handful of bush tomato, it's like eating about 8 oranges.
Almost 100% of that bush tomato production that goes to national and international markets comes from this region of Central Australia, an area about 1,000 square k's. The other group of products which are the focus of our work are the acacia seeds. There's 4 wholesalers who operate in Central Australia, and their role is very diverse. They order produce from harvesters. To do that, they have to monitor and know what's available when. They drive in their cars hundreds of kilometres. They weigh, clean, store produce and trade it, usually paying cash or cheque in hand.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The responses have ranged from not really interested in some places to absolutely astounding responses. There's one community called Epinara to the northwest of where we are now, the northeast, and they had 3 weeks' notice that we wanted seed, and I went up there expecting to get a few bags, and I ended up leaving with over a tonne. That meant I paid out over $11,000 into that community.
The Cooperative Research Centre, the Desert Knowledge, is involved in some research looking at horticultural production. No one knows yet what the quality of that end product is like. I mean, it's expected that by being grown in horticulture, it'll provide a more even and steady supply to even out those seasonal variations that we see with bush harvested products. It will probably be that larger quantities are able to be produced. My vision for the future is for Aboriginal people to have a strong role and to be involved and to have a voice. I think it's really important that we support people out on country to continue bush harvest, and for people to be honest and respectful and valuing what Aboriginal people contribute. I've been involved in this project for 18 months, and in that time it's built very quickly. The media interest, public interest is escalating rapidly. The demand for products that the wholesalers want to supply have increased from 2.5 tonne over 2 years were sold to there's demands now for 5 tonne in 1 year. So interest and demand gone quickly.
We have great potential for Central Australia to become involved in such a great industry, and We have such a marketing tool here, the food, desert foods, like, you know, it comes from here. So when people come to Alice Springs as visitors, they want to taste the food. They want to, food's such a big part of travel.
Lots of people who we have spoken to have no idea what happens to the things that they're selling in terms of the jams and chutneys and pickles and ice creams and toothpaste that things they're selling are being turned into. The importance lies in those people being recognised. There's this concept of hidden harvest where consumers and processors don't know where the products come from, and by working with Aboriginal people we're able to show the origin in terms of production but also the cultural knowledge that's underpinned its availability for thousands of years.
Coming up after the break, Bernadette Nunn looks at experiments to develop the fence of the future.